What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force. In the last episode, we advanced forward quite a few days, and also watched our boy Jaden here duel Bastion in a pretty interesting match, which he did end up winning. And in this episode, I have a few things to address before we get started. So, first of all, I'm sorry about the long upload wait. It's been about 3 weeks at the time of recording this since I uploaded a Tag Force video. Not to say that I haven't uploaded at all since then, but no Tag Force content, no Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. And I do apologize for that, but after the 40 sub special, I did get just a little sentimental about, friendship and things like that. And I wanted to spend some more time with my friends. I also had a couple other things that I wanted to do in the meantime as well. And it just, a lot of my time's eaten up by work, so I have very little free time to mess around with. So I've been spending that mostly with friends and doing some other things. That being said, though, thank you guys so much for hitting my second sub goal. It was 60 subs, and at the time of recording this, I am at 70 already, which is crazy. Thank you all very much for that. We'll be talking about that, the 60 sub special, how we're going to be doing that, what we're going to be doing for that. And if we hit our next sub milestone before that video goes live, I might just up the ante just a little bit on that. We'll talk about that later this week, though, because today we have some work to do. I've gotten about 5,000 DP to work with here. And we're going to go to the store, because there's a pack today that I want to try to pull something from to build a deck. I got stuck. Let's talk to Sadie here. Yes, we'd like to buy some cards. And, oh, we have a new pack today. Dragon Drive has lots of dragon-type monsters. Oh, well, you know me. I love my dragons, but I think we're going to hold off on this for a little bit, because this pack right here in particular has a card that I want for a deck that I've been talking about building for a little bit now. It's going to be like 51 packs I think I can get, or something like that. So we're just going to full send it there, that little speed up to make sure everything goes a little bit faster, and here we go. I'm going to open the first couple, but I think I might just full send it, because this is a lot of cards. So we'll open the first couple and talk about anything cool that we may pull here. Chain Destruction's not very good. Hammer Shot's not bad. Not a bad card at all. Throwstone Unit. Tribute to the Doomed is good. I think we already have a copy, and I don't think I'd ever play more than one. Mystic Box is okay. Fissure's good, but I think we might already have 3. I think. I know we have 3 Mitch's Array. I know we do. There it is! Macrocosmos! Thank God we pulled a copy of this, because it's an ulti. There is no guarantee that we were getting this card. So yeah, I want to revisit Macro Monarch and try to build it, but I realized off screen as I was trying to finish it, I had 0 copies of Macrocosmos. None. Ooh, and TT too, that's really fantastic. So having a single copy in the bank is great. Ideally, I'd like to have 2 of it, at least. 3 is the dream. But 2 at least, and Nock's good. I think we might already have Nock, though. I can't remember. But yeah, 2 at least would be nice. Bottomless is good. I'll probably play the deck today even with the 1. But, yeah, having 2 or 3 would be nice. But I'm happy we just got the 1. Because I've had some really rotten ulti luck with these packs, in this series sometimes, where I'm trying to chase a certain card. So I'm very glad that we got that. Let's keep going here. Tribute to the Doomed. I really hope we can pull a second copy of it. If not, I may do some extra grinding, like in between takes, or not takes, I guess. It's like this, pause, get money, go again. I don't know, maybe you call that a take? I don't know. To like try to get it, because I would like to have at least 2 of it. I was hoping in 51 packs, or however many it ends up being, that I would get 2 of it, but we're pretty deep in now, and I don't think we're gonna get it. Icarus attack would be nice if we got to like carry this card pool over. You know, it'd be kind of cool if I could figure out a way to carry over the card pool from each Tag Force series to the next one, so we just kind of build on what we got. Ooh, Jurassic World is new too. That's an interesting one to be in here. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I wonder if there's... God, we've got like 1,000 Lightning Vortex. Like, those are supers, they're not ultis, but like... That's a lot of Lightning Vortex, and it's limited to 1. Smashing Ground's good. I think that's our 2nd or 3rd Smashing Ground. I think it's like the 2nd one. I don't think it was the 3rd one. Throwstone unit, yeah. That's kind of unfortunate. There's our Jurassic World. 3 Vortex. 2 Smashing Ground is really nice. Acid Trap Hole. TT is great. Still would have rather had it be another copy of this guy right here, Macrocosmos. That being said, though, I think we're almost done. We haven't pulled quite everything from this pack yet by the looks of things, 94%. That being said, though, I am going to quickly go ahead and grind some extra money off screen to try to get another copy of Macro. So I will be right back. Alright guys, and we are back. You might notice that we're in a bit of a different place, and not a lot has changed here in the money department, and that is because I decided that Macro Monarch's going to be a deck that we're probably going to have a lot more trouble actually finishing, because there's a couple cards that we don't really have ease of access to at the moment, and I decided to make use of the rental card feature to sort of circumvent that. So I decided the 3 cards that I was going to bring, because like I've mentioned before, 3 is our max that we're allowed to take from here. And so I'm going to show this to you. I may try to finish the deck like off screen or something like that really quickly. And the deck isn't necessarily done. I would add a card or 2 to it. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the card by card for our Macro Monarch list. We have 1 Book of Moon because it's very flexible, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. I'd probably play 3 of this if I could. Just an excellent card to get our opponent's monsters banished and deal with some pretty big problems as they come. Call of the Haunted. It's in here mostly because we won't always have our macros up, and having this is nice to be able to get stuff back from the graveyard. Just 1 of it, that's all we're allowed to play. 1 Compulse. I might play more of this if I had access to it. Just bounces stuff pretty nice. Confi. What's nice about Confi is if we hit a card out of our opponent's hand with macro up, it banishes it, which is even better. So that's pretty good. We have 3 copies of DD Scout. Playing when it's removed from play, you just special summon it back. It's pretty nice for Monarchs, always having tribute fodder there. Survivor does the same thing on an 1800 attack point body, and you get to pick its battle position, unlike Scout Plane, where you have to play it back in attack mode. Warriors in here just as something annoying to banish cards. I would have Warrior Lady, 3 copies of Warrior Lady if I could, or a copy of Warrior Lady because it's limited to 1, but I'm only allowed to have the 3 rental cards, so we're having 3 of him in here. I'd probably cut 1 of him if I could. 3-Dimensional Fissure, one of the best cards in the deck. Any monster is banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. Having this with our Warriors and Scout Planes means that our monsters will come back during the end phase, and we can tribute them off for our Monarchs. Exiled Force is just good removal. Fissure is good removal. Have 2 of this. Could play 3, maybe. Grand Convergence is a really funny card because you can activate this while you have macro. On your side of the field, you inflict 300 damage to your opponent's life points and destroy all their monsters, which is pretty cool. Or all monsters on the field. You dark hole the field and do some burn. I would only play 1 of this ever, even if I had 3 copies of macro. It's a funny card, but it's not very good. It at least is reactive, though. Then we have 2 copies of Grand Marg. I probably wouldn't play 2 Grand Marg if I had better Monarch access. But he's not bad. He destroys a face-down card, so, you know, pretty decent. Then we have the Rental Helios, which I did not need to do. I have 14 of him, and I forgot. Let me go ahead. I'll change that after this, so I can get another copy of Macro, so we can have the 3 Macro. I did not realize I had a Helios. That's weird. But Helios is in here because you can summon him for free off Macro. Pretty decent for that. Jinzo's our honorary monarch here. He just... he comes down, he stops traps. That's what he does. Vortex to wipe the board. Macro Cosmos is in here at 2, one of them being Rental. A third will be end up being Rental now that I know that I have enough Helios. I thought I didn't have him. Yeah, 3 Macro's in here because it banishes any card, and it can also summon Helios from the deck. I may actually end up playing 2 Helios because of the 3 Macro. Marshmallow because it's an asshole to get over. Mobius because it's the best monarch we have access to right now. I would play 2 of this over 2 Grandmark if I could. My body is a shield. We only have 1 of this. I would probably play more of it if I could. Maybe cut something like Vortex or something like that. This just helps our monarch stick. So if our opponent would try to blow them up with something, this will protect them. 1 Saku, because it's all we have. I might play more of this too. It's the traps are a little bit flexible, how many you'd want to play, but Saku's really good. Sangan searches a lot of our smaller dudes that we want. It can search a Scout Plane, which is actually pretty nice in this deck. Double Judgment to help our guys stick as well. Summon Skull because it's one of the biggest normal summons we have. Swords to stall out, and the End of Anubis is actually a really neat card. While he's face up on the field, all effects of Spell Trap and monsters that target cards in the graveyard or that activate their effects in the graveyard are negated. So no floaters, none of that. Then this guy's there. He's pretty cool. And the Tricky is a free special summon if we want to summon him that way. He's also a 2000 dude, so if we don't want to tribute him over for a monarch, he's just kind of big. The Rental Thestalos, which I would probably play at 1 or 2 copies of. I don't know, but this is the card that I was definitely sure that I did not have in my collection. Thestalos is going to be harder for us to get because we have to pull from the Fire Pack, I believe it's in. And, you know, Thestalos is pretty good. You just discard a card from your opponent's hand, and if it's a monster, they take some burn. So pretty neat. Tsukuyomi, because it's really flexible, it's Book of Moon on legs. And that is the deck. Let me just go on over here and do a little text search. You guys can see some of the things that I was looking at. But I did not realize I had that many copies of Helios. That is interesting to me. I think I spelled that correctly. I did. Oh, I have Duos and Trismegistus as well. That's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Maybe we try to play a gimmicky Macro Monarch deck with, you know, a bunch of the Magistus guys here. But yeah, I really thought I did not have a single copy of Helios. That is kind of weird to me. Let me just go to our buddy the Researcher here. I'll speed up through this a little bit. So I'm going to take Helios out, and we are going to grab ourselves a second Macro. As you can see, I have a couple of things here in my rental thing for whenever we do get to build Chaos, but I decided to put that on the back burner for this week. We've been trying for that the last couple of weeks. It's really expensive. So there's our third copy of Macro. 44 card deck's a bit thick. What would I cut? I mean, Warrior searchable. So he's kind of nice. I don't know. Let's go with 44, I think. Well, no, you know what? No, I don't think I need 3 copies of Warrior. He's just kind of in there as a fun card anyway. So we are going to be making use of 3 instead of the 1 that we would normally be using for our Counter Fairy deck, but that's okay. We'll be trying to get these cards. I'm going to try. I know I've been saying this like every episode, but I'm going to try really hard to get a big pack opening going here. And I think, yeah, we have a run back for Zane. So we are actually deep enough into the game now where all the characters have upgraded decks. So I want to test our Macro Monarch list out against the man himself, Zane, first. Let's talk to him. He says, Koji, Cheap Tricks, yeah, we've heard this before. why don't we talk to him about duels? Oh, he had something, the talk didn't go well, well then let's just duel me right now. He's accepting our challenge. So Macro Monarch's a really neat list. A lot of people know Frog Monarch. I don't know if as many people played Macro Monarch, but I think it's a fun time. I always really liked like the banishing strategy, like the DDs and all of their stuff. Always was a big fan of those cards. So I think it'll be fun. He's got that Supreme Mecha Dragon deck, which means his deck is going to be a lot scarier. A lot scarier. But yeah, everybody does have upgraded decks. I don't really feel the need to show them all off. I'll probably show Zane and Jaden on screen. This hand could be better. We are going to first fire our Confi. Let's see what he's working with. He's got Laser Dragon, Proto, Attack Reflector, Hex-Sealed Fusion. I'm going to hit the swords out of his hand. And we're going to go ahead and fire our Dim Fissure. And I'm going to play swords. We're just going to get the whole suite going. Keep this other Dim Fissure in our hand. Just keep him from doming us for however much damage. And if he top decks a Cyber Dragon, it's not very good in this scenario. Setting a monster, he's got a back row, we know that. He's got 2 back row, we didn't know that. So in the end phase here, we're going to macro. It seems like it's probably like a little redundant, but now he has to deal with both of them, and we get a free Helios from the deck. So that will be good for our tribute fodder. This is one of the reasons that we like Macro Monarch, and we wanted to have 3 copies of Macro Cosmos in the deck. Draw for turn. Bottomless is a pretty decent top deck at this point in the game, because we're about to just summon our Mobius. So we are going to pop both of his back row here. We knew one was Attack Reflector, and the other one is Photon Generator, so we actually didn't hit anything too good. Going into his set, which is Light Hex-Sealed Fusion, makes sense for the AI to set the monster with the most defense. In case he gets any funny ideas, we have our Bottomless there. We're set up pretty well. All we need to do is draw some monsters to be playing with here. He's got a back row. I'd like to draw DD Survivor. That'd be really nice. Tsukuyomi is fine. Oh, it has to proc its effect. Well, that's fine. I can just set Mobius and reflip it. I forgot that Tsukuyomi triggers on summon and it's mandatory. But that's okay. We'll do 1100 to the face here. And Mobius is going to get in there for 2400. I probably will be like doing some actual grinding after the episode, and maybe try to pull some of the cards that I don't have, such as another copy of Macro, minimum at least one more, so I can not have to use so many rental cards, and maybe try to get Thestalos, because I don't think like manipulating my days off screen will make you guys very mad, considering the fact that a lot of these episodes have just been me skipping days. Exiled Force is kind of nice. So I might just do that, skip to a day where I have the fire pack available, and just grind for money. But as you can see, this Macro Monarch strategy is going pretty well for us. I would ideally have liked to have seen a copy of like Survivor, because he's the best card in the deck. As far as a normal summon goes, Scout Plane would also be kind of nice. And some more tributes. I'm actually not running like an optimal, you know, quote-unquote amount of tributes. I think I have 7 or 8. Ideally, you would probably have like 9, 10 maybe, like half your monster count. And there's our third Dim Fissure. I'm just gonna go for the attack on the set monster here. Yep. We've just not been drawing any of our normal summonables. We have more. I mean, we got like Sook, we got Exiled Force, and we got... well, no, those are the only ones. So we haven't really drawn any of our normal summonables, but that's kind of okay. We've had Zane on the back foot this entire duel. I may tweak the deck around, or okay, Grand Convergence in this scenario is really funny. Let's see. Inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent's life points and destroy. Yeah, that's kind of funny, but it doesn't really do anything. We have had Zane on the back foot this entire time. I think I might want to play less spell traps. Oh, he can get back swords. That's terrible. Well, I'm gonna just speed up here at the end. Oh, he's vortexing. And macro, and so we just pass turn. I mean, I could summon Sook, but he just set himself. Grandmarg, I'm gonna just set the Tsukuyomi. I'm kind of over this duel. Alright, there he sets the fucking thing. I'm gonna have Grandmarg pop that one. We're just gonna speed up through this. He summons the Sidra. I'm gonna bottomless the Sidra. There's Thestalos. Set this. Fast turn. Summons Reflect Bounder. I'll flip the macro. Summon the Helios. Draw a card. He has nothing in hand right now, so no point really in summoning. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't have anything to protect that. Well, shit. Reflect Bounder is kind of good. I'm just gonna attack it. Pass turn. We're just not... Okay, here's a card we can actually summon. So there he is. We can Thestalos this card out of his hand. Was not a monster. Just hit. Yeah, sorry for that kind of boring duel there. Maybe my ratios are kind of bad. But yeah, as you can see here, we would have got a lot of money, but we had these rental cards. A lot of rental cards on us today. But yeah, that's our Macro Monarch deck in a nutshell. Not too great from that duel. You know what? Let me go ahead and tweak the deck really quickly off screen, and I will come back with a hopefully more consistent build, and we'll try a different duel. Alright guys, we are back. So I decided, after a little bit of deliberation, just to cut the deck down to 41 cards, just to remove a couple cards and see if that helped. Let's show off Alexis, because she's part of our little rivalry that we've got going on. She's got a new deck as well. No luck on the rock, paper, scissors today for us, but we do have to go first again. Star of the Silver Screen. Pretty interesting deck name. Let's see who's tougher. Alright. I don't want to waste too much time on this deck, and that's more of a Monster Mash kind of hand right there. But I do like this deck. I think it's worth showing off for sure. I'm just going to fire this Confi right out of the gate. Having some knowledge would be nice. Pot of Greed. Heavy Storm is a card we don't want in their hand. They can just get anything back with Moth is the problem here. Attack and receive we don't really care about. Yeah, they can get anything they want back with Moth. Is it the Moth that we drop? I think we drop Moth here, because they can just get anything back they want to with that. Funny enough, set Tsukuyomi pass here isn't bad. Because the only monster that was in her hand at that time could not get over Tsukuyomi. She is playing the Pot of Greed. The green man is cheesing, and he's going to draw her 2 fresh ones off the top. But nothing better than Blade Skater. Unfortunately, we're still going to have Sook return to our hand. I was just trying to set a bait for Heavy on the next turn. Oh no, we can set Sook again. We're fine. Ooh, the Tricky, that's pretty nice. I'm gonna Thestalos here. Ripping a card from her hand just seems pretty good. Forced back, though, is really bad for us right now. That is gonna negate the summon and throw him back. Luckily for us, though, we do have the Tricky here, and it is gonna be the Jinzo pitch, unfortunately. I think we're just going to set the macro, too. I mean, I probably could have done that in main, too, but it doesn't necessarily matter. But I think we set the macro, kind of see if she goes for the heavy. I don't know if she will, because she has something. Oh, no, she doesn't, because it's attack and receive. That's right, we knew that. So she'll probably fire heavy, which is kind of not ideal for us, but it doesn't really matter. We can chain macro now. To it, which we could have before, but you know what I mean. You guys understand. We can chain macro, summon Helios, maybe rip a card. She is going to end phase, so I am going to activate the macro Cosmos. And we are going to special summon the Helios. Or Helios, however you want to say it. You say it however you want to. We are gonna set it. We might even hit the heavy out of her hand, which would be ideal. So we are going to tribute off Helios for a Thestalos. It rips a random one, and was not the one we were hoping for the most. But it is fine. Whatever this is going to the Banish. And it's Command Knight, we like to get rid of those. And 2400 to the face, not bad. So this is more like what I wanted the deck to do. So I guess cutting the spell trap count down just a little bit did help the consistency of it maybe a bit. I don't know. Maybe we're just seeing too many monsters this time and not enough spell traps, and it was the opposite last time. I will say, I cut like Saku, and I cut Call of the Haunted, which right now Call of the Haunted would be really nice because we could fetch Jinzo back with it. But I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, well, Saku's not going to be that helpful because most of our monsters are just large. So I don't think that we'll be having most of our monsters that we care about getting beaten over in battle. And I cut Call because most of the time we're going to have Macro or Dimensional Fissure up anyway. So I kind of felt like maybe that card wouldn't get that much use. But then again, like I said, right now I would like it because I could get my Jinzo back and, do that. But it's not the end of the world. We don't really care too much about not having Call. And got her down to her last 600. So what's good about the position that we're in right now is we have like game on board anyway. But if she should summon something big enough to take out one of our guys, we have Fissure on the crackback. Lots of good stuff we can do. She just sets a back row, though. Now, if that's Mirror Force, we lose the game. Well, we don't lose the game, but we don't have fun. Because We are set back a turn. Ooh, actually. Let's tribute the Tricky for Grand Marg. Effect of Grand Marg. Pop that. It was Divine Wrath, so it didn't even matter. We'll have Grand Marg deal the finishing blow. So what's cool about Macro Monarch, something that I haven't really got to talk about, I was kind of hoping I would get to show it off. I didn't really, I kind of did. If I hadn't used Exiled Force on the Warrior Lady of the Wasteland, you guys would have got to see it better. This deck's kind of like a floodgate, so any cards that are sent to the grave are banished instead, which means that... Oh, she got a little upset. But that means that any floaters just don't get their effects off, so that's kind of like what our Anubis guy is trying to do too, but on a couple different cards from our deck. So floaters don't get their effects. I think like there's some niche interactions in like this game with it. Call of the Haunted becomes useless, or I guess completely useless, whatever you want to say, however you would say that. I'm gonna just buy like 3 more quick packs of this because we are just about to go on to our little sort of like montage of our like little montage of getting to a couple days from now. Tribe Infecting Virus, I think it was the card that we didn't actually have, which is kind of... No, we did have it. We already had one. Anyway, that was actually a pretty decent opening. I might try to build dinos maybe at some point. Jurassic World's kind of a cool cool card. I don't think we get like Destroyer-saurus yet, though, so that's kind of sucky. But I'll be trying to pull Macrocosmos from this off-screen. The next on-screen opening we do will be some packs of Dragon Drive here. Where we can build ourselves a dragon deck, something a little bit more interesting than what we've had going on. Koji likes dragons in Endarp, so maybe we'll get to build something cool there. But for the time being, I do believe it's about time to do a quick class, but I want to talk to our boy Bastion here. Oh, it's you. Sorry, but I could care less about your deck. Jesus, well, that's kind of tough. That's kind of what this whole like half of the episode's been about. So thanks, Bastion. Screw you too, I guess. I want to check something because I know I can just walk out. Let's just check our database really quickly. We are very close on Jaden. A couple more bits of grinding for him would be really nice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So there's one other thing I think I wanted to check on. Yes, my duel ranking. I think. No, that's in the PDA. That was in the PDA. It's in status. So we're level 40 now. That's pretty nice. That is pretty darn nice. We have won 434 duels and lost 74. 85% win rate. Does not sound bad at all. Does not sound bad at all. Oh, I did not mean to hit square again. I'm just going to go ahead and do... class one good time. I remember what I wanted to check now, ironically enough. What I actually wanted to check, and it also was in the PDA. So we've seen this one before. Nothing too special here, nothing too special. Done with today's lesson. I wanted to check the schedule and see what's coming up. So... Interscholastic Duel is really interesting. Has some fun little implications. Ooh, Jaden's out here by himself. That's an interesting one. Let me go talk to the boy. See what's on his mind. Oh, I keep hitting square to run for some reason when it's actually circle. Hey, there you are. I'm gonna duel with a bunch of new rules soon. Like, limits on each turn, different amounts of life points. I don't think I can wait. So let's duel some weird rules. Practice. The rules are life points 2,000, time limit 5 minutes. Well, I didn't expect to duel Jaden too, but I guess so. He might have called last episode and wanted us to talk to him after this. I mean, this should be a quick one, cause 2,000 life, it ain't a lot. It really ain't a lot. So it's also not a lot for us whenever we have Confi, but ooh, we have our scout plane. He does play heavy, which is concerning. But we could just hit that out of his hand. You know what? I'm feeling dangerous today. Let's Confi. He's got Saku there. Saku's probably the one we care the most about. Do I even bother with swords here? And I guess he could fuse something out. Having a couple turns of this is pretty nice, especially when we're down to 1,000. We can't afford to mess around. Watch him draw heavy here, and I will just... Oh my god, he top-decked the heavy storm. We overcommitted. We overcommitted, and it paid. We paid for it. We overcommitted and we paid for it. When the storm is heavy. Oh my god, if we don't top deck a low level monster, we lose the duel. Yeah, we lost. It's that simple. I'm just gonna speed up this part too, so we just lose here. That's tough, man. Overcommitted. Not often we get a loss on screen. In a single duel, that is. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, let's see. Let's move. I'm gonna go into the store here. I think if I wait a day, the fire pack is up. If I'm not mistaken. No, we are well past the fire pack being up. I mean, I would like another copy of Mobius. This is gonna be a really short video if I end it off here, though. Little over 30-ish minutes. See, like, my main problem is I don't think Ryza's in this game, so the wind pack won't do anything. As a matter of fact, no, I know Ryza isn't, because Ryza's like the last one to come out, and I'm pretty sure I already tried to do his password. And we couldn't get him. So we're going to advance to the designated time, which will be 7:45. I'll just on screen go through a couple of these days, and I think the next day we can comfortably end it off. Because we have something that might take a good few minutes. Fusing monsters like fusing metals with an alchemy. If you master fusing, you may have alchemic skills. Incredible, I didn't know that. Really understood what he was talking about? Nope. I think that one was new. I think it was. Alright. So we know the wind pack is today. Can't really get that. I don't know if Zaborg came out yet. I don't think Zaborg is out. I don't think Zaborg is out at this point in time, so the light pack might not even matter. But anyway. Oh yeah, he did want a duel. Let's see, the duel will be between our academy and North Academy. Let's go cheer our academy on. Everyone come to the duel field after class. So yeah, we'll be able to witness this. Another duel that we are not going to be a part of. But it should be pretty cool nonetheless. Today's lesson is spell cards. Yeah, okay. Explain the effect of dangers between type 6. Roll a die, and if you get a 1... Sorry, I don't remember. You must study more, slacker. Stand there. Now, Alexis. Yes, sir. Explain the effect of Pot of Greed. You draw 2 cards from your deck. Perfect. I expect nothing less from an obelisk. It was an easy question. Not fair. That really is a lot easier than Dangerous Machine. So yeah. Representative is already in the duel arena. Let's go to the duel arena. Can't believe the slacker is representing us. What are you muttering, Dr. Crowler? Let's go. I can't wait to duel. I wonder who it is. So this will be interesting if it should happen in NDARP. So maybe you guys might look forward to this later. Later on in NDARP. But yeah, North Academy versus Duel Academy is a thing. And if you guys have seen the anime, you know where this is going. But anyway, the school duel against North Academy will begin. So come on, come on. When do I meet my opponent? You'll meet him right now, slacker. Huh? Who was that? Am I seeing things, or is that Princeton? It's Mr. Princeton to you. You're North Academy's rep, Princeton? I said it's Mr. Princeton. Yo, Chazz. What's going on, little brother? Slade! Jagger! Why are you here? Why else to celebrate your big victory? You're going to win, right, Chazz? I don't remember which one. I think Jagger's the one that I've been doing. Don't let the Princeton name down, because the school duel's gonna be broadcast worldwide. No way, me on TV? My face beamed across the world in full color. World domination is ours if we do our part. If we all do our part. Dr. Crowler, introduce the duelists. With pleasure, Chancellor Shepard. After all, these are 2 duelists I know well. And personally, I just adore them, yeah. Now first from Duel Academy, introducing Jaden Yuki! Go, Jay, you can do it. Totally. And his opponent. Get off the stage. I'll introduce myself, you scrub. Damn. I beg your pardon, what did you call me? I said scrub. Scrubs don't have PhDs in dueling, got that? I studied it. Quiet, it's Chazz Princeton's turn now. Then I don't really need an introduction. After all, everybody here knows who I am. Or do you? See, Chazz Princeton has changed. When I left here, I left my old self. You look at the new and improved Chazz. And I'm here to Chazz it up! Chazz it up! Chazz it up! Yeah, Chazz it up! Chazz it up! Chazz it up! It's almost like they really like Chazz. Jaden, don't worry. You'll beat Princeton for sure. Or you beat Princeton before, you'll do it again. It might not be that easy. Huh? Why? You're so fired up. Jaden scared? Not scared at all. Just gotta give it to Princeton. To control North Academy all by himself. And he's back to fight. That takes guts. Chazz, you better win. Don't hurt the Princeton name. Here I go, Jaden. I refuse to lose to a slacker. Bring it on, Princeton. It's Mr. Princeton to you. And here we are back again. The weak and strong and ultimate hero. We actually did see a little bit of Jaden's deck in that duel that we did, that very brief one. But Chazz has a new model and everything now. Pretty darn cool. Here I go. It's my turn. Alright, Jaden's going to draw for his turn. He is going to set a monster, which is going to be his Wild Heart, and set 2 cards in the back row. Passing his turn. It's Chazz's turn. Chazz is going to draw for his turn now. I always liked this design of Chazz. I think it looks so cool. With the black jacket and everything. And he does the T-set pass method. Very, very interesting. We're going to go back over to our buddy Jaden here, who is going to summon the second copy of Wild Heart, which will be kind of interesting if he decides to flip TT, which he does not, because Wild Heart would not die to that, because TT is a trap card. Ojama Black, interesting. I forgot that that he had the Ojamas at this point, but yeah, I love this design for Chazz. It just looks so cool. Chazz is my favorite design in GX aside from Zane after things. So, but yeah, he looks pretty cool. The clothes kind of look a little tattered in the anime. Look like they're a little beat up, which is always kind of cool. And he's got Snatch Steal. But yeah, I always thought that was kind of neat, that he changed up his look after going to North Academy. Oh, he is activating his Rhoda. Gonna search out Clayman, and we're playing the long game perhaps here. If we're Jaden. Destroying the Ojama Green. And throwing down a face down. And he's putting that Wild Heart into attack mode. Very big mistake, Chazz, because you're going to hit into a Magic Cylinder. And a Cyber Jar. So destroying all the monsters, letting them each pick, or not pick, each place them. If they should draw some monsters. There's Ojama Black. We got Sparkman. For Jaden, MST, Diffusion, Call of the Haunted, another Sparkman. Chazz drew a bunch of cards as well. Oh, he is summoning Armed Dragon level 5 now. That's pretty nice. But we have the TT. Destroying everything. Kind of unfortunate for Chazz. And it is Jaden's turn. He is going to draw. What's he going to get? Rhoda. I imagine he's gonna search like Sparkman maybe? No, another Clayman. And we are still playing the long game. Oh, we have Pot of Avarice. Shuffling back all of his monsters that are in the graveyard to draw an additional 2 cards. Not a bad card at all. Ooh, okay. He's got Polly here, which is really nice for him. Who's he going to fuse? Clayman and King of the Swamp for Thunderdrop? Mudball Man. Interesting choice. Not exactly who I would have went for, but interesting choice. No MST activation, because the AI is not smart enough to do that. And Call of the Haunted. Can Jaden chain MST? He can. He can chain the MST, popping the Call of the Haunted. So Call's effect will fizzle, and he will take the 1900 to the dome, dropping him down to 4600. Not bad at all. And Diffusion to do some extra damage. Now that is brutal. Brutal play from Jaden here, but he is just getting King of the Swamp back. so he's not going to actually do any more damage. He's summoning them in defense. We have the Blade Edge, though. So Blade Edge could be the play next turn. What's Chazz doing? He's got Vortex. Well, I guess it didn't matter what you did, Jaden. Oh, Oja Magic. Pot of Greed. Drawing it 2 more off the top. And sets a monster. And activates Swords. Should have activated Swords first if he had it, but probably didn't. Sets a card, ends his turn. Saku's pretty good, but he can't really make use of the Blade Edge in his hand right now since we have the Swords up. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. He's setting another guy face down, passing his turn. Jaden's turn. Drawing his card from his deck here. And it's Morphing Jar. Not bad. Morphing Jar is going to cost them their entire hands whenever it's flipped up, which is pretty good. Oh, he's got Cyber Jar, so it's never going to flip. Flying Kamakiri #1, not bad at all. Good floater monster. Can't summon that. Oja Magic, Level Modulation, Magic Jammer. So Jaden's got Burstinatrix, Premat, King of the Swamp, setting that, of course. Nothing too good. Uh-oh, Level Modulation. Your opponent draws 2 cards, but you get to bring back a level monster from the graveyard. It's not that good, but kind of cool card to see. Arm Dragon level 5. And he's tributing out a second copy of Arm Dragon level 5. That's kind of scary for Jaden. What can he do? Of course, activate Saku on one of them. It's going to be that one. And the other one can't attack because of level modulation, I believe. And it's time for Jaden to draw for his turn. What's he going to pull? Avion, which doesn't do really anything, but Skyscraper is going to be nice for him. And no, it's not, because MST. MST is in fact a card, and it is going to pop the Skyscraper. Only fair, only fair. And the Polymerization, who is Jaden going to be summoning? Magic Jammer, nobody. Not a single guy. Pitching that Oja Magic. Negating that card. Effective Oja Magic. Chazz didn't get to do the thing. Fusion Recovery, not bad, okay. Poly and Clayman. Ojama Trio. Locking up the rest of those zones. Trio is a really nice card back at old school Yu-Gi-Oh! But Recovery still will allow Jaden to do things. He's going to attempt to activate Polymerization again. Will he get to do it this time? I believe the answer is yes, because there is no back row. And we have Mudball Man. Again, not the one I would have went for, but to each their own, I suppose. Fusion Sage. It's Poly. He's activating it. Who is he summoning? With Avion? Why? Again, not the dude I would have summoned. He has a cool summon animation, though. But not the dude I would have summoned at all. I actually probably wouldn't have summoned a dude that turn. What is his back row again? It's Call of the Haunted? Come on, Jaden, you had to know that was coming. Come on, Jaden. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Arm Dragon level 5, since it destroyed a monster, ranks up into level 7 from the hand or deck, I believe. And it was in the hand. What does Jaden have up his sleeve now? Another copy of Saku. He is going to put Mudball Man attack, go for the attack. Ojama Yellow is gone. Sets the Saku pass his turn. Fair enough. Heavy Storm. Dang. And Arm Dragon level 7's effect. He'll take 300 for each of those Ojama tokens that goes to the graveyard. Doing a nice sum of damage. The Mudball Man goes, and so does the last token. Got Jaden down to 7,800. This is going to be a big hit from Chazz for the 50, or not 58. It will drop Jaden down to 58, or not 58, 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. 2,800 drops Jaden down to 5,000. They're pretty even on life now. Passing the turn. Jaden's in a bit of a pickle here. What can he do? What can he do? Draw for turn. Sparkman, not bad at all. Sets a monster so he doesn't die. Pretty good for Jaden. This duel's probably gonna last a little while longer. This might be another one of those hour-long videos. Kamakiri. Uh-oh. Creature swap. That's bad for Jaden. Because not only is Arm Dragon level 7 going to do 1,400 damage to Jaden here, Kamakiri is going to let him summon another wind monster from the deck. What will it be? Another Flying Kamakiri, that's what I would have chosen as well. And another 1,400 to the Dome Piece coming right up. Jaden down to his last 2,200 life points. Chazz with a comfortable lead in the game right now. What can Jaden do to come back? He's got a single top deck. Let's find out if it's good enough. And it's Cyberjar. Cyberjar is good enough. We've seen a lot of Cyberjars this duel. Chazz drawing for his turn. Flips up the Sparkman. Chazz is ready to go in for the big W. But it's the Cyberjar. Effective Cyberjar will pop all the monsters on the board. And he gets a Masked Dragon, pretty good card. Kamakiri? No, not Kamakiri. Arm Dragon level 3. 2 Arm Dragon level 3s. Jaden gets Creature Swap, Wild Heart, Pot of Greed, Heavy Storm, and Skyscraper. I think I see where this is going. Pot of Avarice. We saw Jaden use this card earlier. Choosing a bunch of Armed Dragons and a Flying Kamakiri to throw back into the deck and draw 2 cards. Chazz is setting a card and passing his turn. Jaden down to 9 cards and 2,200 life points. A Wing and a Prayer. Let's see what he can do. Another Wild Heart, and it's Raigeki Break, destroying the only card Jaden controls. So he's summoning out or activating the Skyscraper. Not too bad, not too bad. Pot of Greed allowing him to draw 2 additional cards from his deck. Not too great. Summoning Wild Heart, okay. Battle phase, Wild Heart's gonna attack over the attack position Arm Dragon. Smart. Yeah, this video I believe is definitely gonna be an hour long. Dark Hole, popping everything. And passing. Well, this is it. I believe this is where the duel ends. Jaden drawing for his turn here. Bubble Man. Summons Wild Heart. No pre-mat activation. It wouldn't have been enough anyway, actually. It would have been 700 shy. I think his best line would have been 700 shy. Sorry if you guys just saw my cursor. I just got a pop-up notification that I did not want on my screen. $1,500 more damage, and Jaden is in the lead. Okay. Not too shabby. A 900 life point lead plus Solemn. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. Sets a singular card, and this could be it. Jaden, are you going to summon anything cool? He is! Blade Edge! And the game is done, just like that. Yeah, you're just lucky you don't get cocky, he says. Chazz, you loser, you dog, you've disgraced yourself. You disgraced the Princeton name. Just give me another chance. Another chance? Do you know how much we spent? You don't deserve to be a Princeton. Sorry. Hey, leave him alone. Sure, Princeton lost. Because you jerks were breathing down his neck. Jerks. Or no, wrong one. Jerks. Watch your words. We could have you crushed. That's no way to treat family. We gave it our all in the duel, both of us. I don't care how hard he tried. That's loser talk. All I care about is the result. True, the result is very important, but I don't like this attitude. Why defend Chazz anyhow? He's a nobody now. And worst of all, he got beat. Wrong. There's one fight he did win. The fight against you two. You're just saying that, Jaden. Princeton. I mean, come on. No one believes that. Chazz. Jagger Slade, please leave. I don't have time for your garbage, Chazz. Let's go, Jagger. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Don't forget to write, Princeton. Jaden, I'm not going back to North Academy. Belong right here. Duel Academy's my home. Chancellor Shepard will have me back. Well, Princeton, how can I say no? There is one thing, Chazz, you dropped out of school. Therefore, technically, you're a new student. Huh? What? So you must start from the bottom. Slifer Red. Slifer? Chazz, we're dorm buddies. I'm not your buddy. I hope you'll like rats. Our dorm's got tons of them. I changed my mind. I want to go back to North Academy. It's about the same there. Guys, how about we give him a Slifer cheer? The Slifer cheer. I don't want it. It's time to Chazz it up. Chazz it up. Chazz it up. My new family's already dysfunctional. Alright. Well, there we go. A bit of a longer episode, but maybe you guys don't mind that so much since it's been a little bit since we actually got to do anything. But yeah, next episode I'll be coming back with some more cards. trying to finish this Macro Monarch deck out right. I'll probably skip forward a couple days to be able to get the Fire Pack again. You guys won't really be missing anything, I don't think. Yeah, you won't be missing anything for the rest of this month. The next month is the third test, the school festival, and the day before the Tag Force meet. So we'll have a lot to do in the next coming episodes. I hope you guys are excited for that, as I'm going to be trying to upload weekly once again. Again, very sorry for the late upload, and thank you guys so much for hitting my sub goal. You guys are fantastic. Look forward to seeing stuff about that next week. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.